Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. The current close range meta here in Warzone is particularly interesting after season 3 because obviously with these season 3 patch notes, they went through and updated a lot of close range options, buffing their damage, nerfing a lot of ranges, but still for particularly close range setups, the damage increase means that you are frying right now in game with several of these options. And so today I wanted to go through and break down the full close range meta, the best weapons to be using and the best loadouts for those meta weapons. So first up here, an obvious one, the C9. This has been a meta option for some time, but particularly up close now, it feels even stronger because of the damage buffs that it got. The range isn't as good as it was before, but it's still going to be very versatile, all things considered. And it's so straightforward. It's so easy to use. I love the feel of this thing personally. So first up here, I do go for the compensator, helping out straight up with vertical control, making this thing laser accurate. Long barrel extending out our damage range. Some makes this thing even more versatile and even more lethal further out at greater ranges. 15.5 meter damage range is fantastic. Ranger foregrip on here, helping out with some horizontal control, so makes the weapon more predictable, and it also helps out with sprinting movement speed, so I'm more aggressive. I love that. Extended 250 rounder works fine for all squad sizes. And then I bounce back and forth a lot with my fifth and final attachment here. I love ergonomic rear grip. It is so solid for a better ADS and slide to fire. A lot of players have been using commando as of late. That's a great choice too, and so is quick draw for the faster ADS. Like, any of those work phenomenally. Balanced stock is also a fantastic choice, and honestly so is recoil springs if you want the weapon to feel even easier. So pick your poison there. You can't really go wrong with any of them. They're all solid. Hey everyone, just a heads up, today's video is sponsored by Raycon. Not only am I a huge fan of Raycon earbuds myself, I find them to be extremely comfortable, super convenient, but it just so happens they also make a fantastic Mother's Day gift as well. And if I'm your reminder that Mother's Day is coming up, yeah, you're welcome. Anyway, Raycon's newest model is their best yet. They've got a 32-hour battery life, multi-point connectivity just to make pairing extremely easy, and they're perfect for all sorts of activities. Working out is what I primarily use mine for, and they are fantastic. I'm able to do all different styles of workout, whether it's cardio, playing basketball, lifting weights. The audio quality is fantastic, both for music, podcasts, if you're talking on the phone, whatever the case is, these are the go-to. And best of all, they start at just half the price of the other premium audio brands. I mentioned I primarily am using mine and I'm working out, which is awesome because they're weatherproof and sweat resistant, so you don't have to worry about them getting loose and falling out. They've also got active noise cancellation, which makes it so easy to lock in, focus up on what you're doing, and grind it out. They've also got plenty of colorways, and their protective case covers support wireless charging, and I gotta be honest, they look super clean. So if you're interested in picking up a pair of Raycon earbuds, head on over to buyraycon.com/immortal for 20% off site-wide, brought to you by Raycon. Once again, huge thank you to Raycon for sponsoring today's video, and now back to it. Next up here, we've got the KSV, one of my favorite weapons in the game. Whether you're using it for sniper support or for the close range, this thing feels fantastic. It is easy to use, bunch of different builds you can utilize on this as well. Gunfighter or just a basic 5 attachment setup like what I've got going on here. Again, rocking the compensator just makes the weapon easier to use. Not super huge on these iron sights. They're usable, and that's why I rock this basic iron sight build, but I also enjoy using a red dot on it from time to time as well. But with the compensator, it makes the iron sights a lot more manageable. Long barrel yet again, extending out our damage range to almost 18 meters, which is pretty wild. Ranger foregrip yet again for the better horizontal control and movement. Extended 2 will be a 50, again working fine for all squad sizes. And then here I like balanced stock as well for the better movement speed and better strafe, just making this thing a lot more agile and aggressive. If you want to upgrade to gunfighter, throw on a Kepler microflex or another red dot. You could throw on ergonomic or commando or quick draw, recoil springs as well, and you've got an 8 attachment setup that's gonna fry as well. So this thing is so versatile and so good regardless of how you want to approach kitting it out. The Saug is a weapon that's been largely underwhelming so far in Warzone, but here in season 3, because of some of the updates it got, it's now a true meta contender. So fast and aggressive. Like, this thing is a mobility based SMG that just so happens to have a great TTK as well. So here we're rocking the compensator yet again for the vertical control. Long barrel extending out our damage range to just under 14 meters. That's going to be fantastic there. Extended 2 working on a 55 round extended mag. You are going to have a 909 RPM here, so you kind of burn through ammo, but that's the max option here, so you got to work around that. You'll reload at times, but it's also so quick to kill that you're going to have time to reload because players will be knocked or spectating or in the gulag, right? In this case, I do use the commando grip, helping out with our ADS and our sprint to fire. Then I also go for recoil springs. The control is a little bit awkward on this thing, so this will obviously help maintain that. You'll have great accuracy whether you're fighting super up close or maybe bleeding into some mid-range there too. This thing's a really solid SMG and really fresh considering it hasn't been great up until now. The PPSH is another great choice. Fantastic range on this thing, so you can really play versatile with this thing, whether you want to do ultra up close, hip fire based, even if you want to extend out into some mid-range, maybe play for some sniper support with an optic or something, you could choose a bunch of different routes to go, and all of them will lead to success because this thing is going to melt players. In this case, I'm going a bit more standard, more so just based around ADS up close. We're going for the compensator again for the control, especially needed on this build because of the strange iron sights and some of the muzzle flash that's there. Long barrel gives us an effective damage range of just over 15 meters, and it's a really soft drop off after that, I guess is a way to phrase it. Ranger foregrip again for the horizontal control and also the sprinting movement speed. Extended 2 here is a bit of a bummer because this is only 55. We've got a 952 RPM, so the RPM goes even crazier here with only 55. The damage per mag is not fantastic, but again, it's the max option, so that's kind of what we got to rock with. Then I like the agility stock a lot for the strafe and the ADS. A lot of players like ergonomic, it's valid. A lot of players like combat stock, that's valid. So is quick draw, so is balanced. There's a bunch of different ways you could build this out depending on which pros you want to highlight the most. I'd recommend testing them and seeing what works the best for you, then rock with that. Regardless of what you choose, it's going to be solid because the PPSH is a great choice. And by the way, as we are going through all the close range options here today, if you enjoy the video, you find the info helpful, a like rating is always seriously appreciated. Really helps share the video around to new viewers. And if you happen to be one of those new viewers, or maybe you have not subscribed yet, every single day, this is the place to be to stay up to date with everything going on in COD. So feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications to always stay in the know, and you help us get one step closer to reaching 1 million subscribers. Next up, maybe my favorite SMG at the moment, the Kompakt. This thing just feels so good. It is so much fun to use. It's a bullet machine. You spray and pray with this thing, and you run out of ammo incredibly quickly. Luckily, you also take out players incredibly quickly, right? So here, accuracy is king. You got to focus on that a lot. Compensator, helping straight up with vertical recoil control. Ranger foregrip, helping with horizontal control. Recoil springs, helping with both horizontal and vertical control. So we're definitely all in on control with this loadout for good reason. When you land shots, nothing stands a chance against this. Extended 3 is only a 60 here with a 1091 RPM. Even with 60, it's not a good DPM, but you got to work with it. And then I go for ergonomic personally. Again, commando is great. Quick draw is great. A balanced stock is fantastic here as well. Mess around, see what works well for you. Any of those will be fantastic options. All right, bit of post-edit Zach here. Hey, hi, how you doing once again? A couple of other options that are absolutely running the close range meta right now. The close range AMAX loadout and the close range AK-74 loadout. Initially, didn't include these in the video because I honestly assumed they'd be nerfed by now. They'd just adjust the damage in the close range so that they're not better than most of the SMGs that we have. But at the time of recording this, they haven't. So if you want to run either of these loadouts, we've covered them in separate videos lately. They are insane. It's kind of the same setup on each of them, just depending on which foregrip you want to run, whether it's ranger or vertical, and if you want to run a certain rear grip, whether it's ergonomic or quick draw or commando, whatever the case is there. But for the most part, yeah, it's almost identical setups, and each of them absolutely fry in the close range. Now, it's not just BO6 options that are solid for the close range, although they do mostly dominate it. The Lachmann Shroud conversion kit for the Jack Decimator, basically a full auto MP5 here, is really good as well. This thing's got a crazy fast TTK. It's just a bit more awkward with its handling and its mobility and whatnot. Hopefully in the future, when they do buff more MW2 and MW3 guns, this is one that sees a nice upgrade. But even now, this thing will melt. That's its main standout and its main pro here in the close range meta. So obviously, Jack Decimator kit, the most important part of this entire setup, making it full auto and giving you that quick TTK. I also end up going for the Grapple 6 barrel here. Helps out with range and velocity and also control at the same time. So we end up with a 13 meter effective damage range there. Decent for an SMG. I like the BW4 hand stop, helping out with some ADS and sprint to fire. This thing's a little bit slower and clunkier, so I like speeding it up some. The recoil is not great on it though, so you may want to opt for something like a vertical underbarrel of some kind. Like precision will work, Bruin tactical would work. All this is going to help out with control the same. Just pick your poison there, and that'll help out obviously with the recoil. 50 round extended mag, very straightforward, works fine there. And then the mobile stock is what I go for my 5th and final attachment. I don't really want to use an optic here. I like the irons, they're clean. You could absolutely try and build for a attack stance based loadout, like using the Kimura laser sight and going all in on attack stance. This could be really good there too. But if you just want a little bit of mobility, mobile stock will help out there too. But yeah, overall, the Lachmann Shroud, it's slept on because it's not a BO6 sub, but it does fry. Another solid close range option, the MCW conversion kit. This is particularly good for sniper support. It has like 20 something meters of range, and it is going to melt in those first 20 meters. That first damage range is absurd. Beyond that, it drops off, But luckily, this is a close range meta video, and 20 meters is basically what encompasses all of that, right? So in this case here with the MCW conversion, the most important part is the Jack Raven kit conversion kit, turning it into this AR SMG hybrid. We got Jack Cutthroat on here as an aftermarket part, helping out with our mobility, better strafe and better movement, so it's just more aggressive all around. 40 round extended mag's the max here. Bit of a letdown there because the damage per mag just is not good, but the TTK is good enough that you can live with 40 rounds and still win gunfights, even at disadvantaged situations like 1 versus 2, 2 versus 3. Spirit Fire Suppressor, or really any suppressor here, is going to help out with your range and velocity. You have just over a 21 meter effective damage range, just under 22 honestly, and a 547 velo will work there. And then I go for whatever optic you're comfortable with. For me, it's the Night Hour Model 2023. You might like a slate or a basic red dot or something else. Go for that. You'll be good to go there. This thing is a great choice as well. Also slept on though because it's not BO6. Another slept on option here is the Striker from MW3. Insanely good range for a sub, better than almost every single BO6 SMG, and it's got a quick TTK in that crazy good range as well. So up close, it's going to be great as a base secondary, but also as sniper support. This thing has the versatility there too. A little bit awkward feeling again because it's an MW3 weapon. BO6 guns definitely feel better, but TTK wise, this thing's a great choice. Again, not a huge fan of the irons here, so I go for the Slate Reflector. Night Hour is a good choice here too. Whatever you're comfortable with, rock that. Sonic Suppressor, same deal as the other suppressors, extending out our range and our velocity. Recon Long Barrel will do that as well, so we end up with under a 14 meter effective damage range, but the drop off there is super soft, and then a 667 velocity is great for the mid range there. Jack Slash for better control and some better movement at the same time. You love to see that. And then just a basic 60 round extended mag here. That'll work fine with this rate of fire 645. That's gonna be plenty. The DPM will be pretty solid there. So yeah, the Striker, another one of my favorite choices right now, just because it's something different, but it works. And then lastly here, we've got the Jackal, a great mobility based SMG that's got a competitive TTK. It's not gonna be the fastest to kill, but if you're good with this thing, if you're comfortable with the recoil, it's gonna be right there with the other top tier SMG options basically. With the compensator on here, you're gonna be very straightforward in terms of recoil. It's going to be super easy to stay on target, especially up close where you have the larger targets right in front of you, of course. Long Barrel gives us an effective damage range of just over 13 meters, which is nice and solid there. Ranger foregrip for the better control and sprinting movement speed. Extended 2 is going to be a 50 rounder. With this rate of fire, it's good enough. It could be bigger at 60. You'd be really set, but this will work just fine. Then balanced stock is my personal preference here, but again, with the rear grips, you could cycle through a couple of these, see if you like the better feel of commando or ergonomic or something if you want to focus on that, or upgrade to gunfighter and rock both balance and an ergonomic rear grip, and then an optic and recoil springs if you wanted to, per usual there. But yeah, the close range meta feels crazy good right now because of the different updates they did in season 3. So you've got some options and all of them are going to be very reliable. That said, that's going to wrap things up. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like on it, and if you're new to the channel, you want to guarantee that every single day you are in the know for all things going on in COD, feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.